students, welcome to B.Tech. Object-oriented programming through C++, session introduction to C++, and the topic is advantages of OOPs. Advantages of OOPs comes under what type of features are added and how we are effectively using these features to make this program language as a most powerful and easy to design the complex programs. See here the advantages of OOPs. Programs can be comfortably upgraded. We can upgrade means we can change or modify easily in C++. Using inheritance, we can eliminate redundant program code. Redundant program code mean here reusage of the code. Nothing but reusage mean creating duplicate. When we have something code or function defined in the previous classes, see here coming to this using inheritance, we can eliminate redundant program code. And redundant means duplicate. When we have a method or function defined in the previous classes that can be used or accessed by the newly created classes. So it reduces the redundancy. This is wonderful feature. And coming to the technology of data hiding facility, the programmer to design and develop safe programs. By using C++, we can design programs safely and we can give protection to the data as well as code or nothing but functions defined for this data processing in the programs. So that's why most of the people adopted this C++ in the designing of softwares. And object-oriented programming changes the way of thinking of the programmers. Yes, it is true. By using this object-oriented approach, completely the programmer change his thinking in the designing of complex programs by dividing modularity and making some protection to the data, following inheritance, reusability we are achieving, polymorphism at runtime binding, compile time binding, and template generosity properties. All this the way of thinking of programming design completely changed coming with this object oriented programming languages like C++. See here, this object oriented technology solves many problems related to software development and it provides improved quality. This is important, improved quality in the sense the designing in a simple way and giving the efficiency in the results of the processing of the data and low cost softwares, very a little bit cost with effect from size of the program, maybe time saving, memory saving, like that one. Coming to the next topic, object oriented languages. Coming to object oriented languages is a high-level computer programming language that implement objects and their associated procedures within the programming context to create software programs. In the software program designing, software is nothing but a collection of programs. So we are designing programs with the classes and objects and classes contains data along with the code and the type of classes we are defining in many ways, and by using these classes we are giving solution to a particular problem, and like this type of programs we are designing many programs to solve a particular solution to a task. So the collection of programs nothing but a software here. So when we are designing a complex programming for creating software, and this object oriented language is completely provided in a high level implementation point of view. So this object oriented programming based on object designing class and object, and based on this object creation and calling, and when we create an object we can get memory into the memory space into the for storing the data as well as the functions of the classes. So this all creates and gives you some flexible to design programs in easy way by using this object oriented concepts. And next one, object oriented languages uses object oriented programming techniques. As I told you, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, encapsulation, and binding, generosity, templates, standard template libraries, and more and more. It binds data along and functions into an object and encourages reuse of these objects within the same and other programs. By using these type of additionally added features compared with the conventional programming, these object-oriented languages are completely changed the way of thinking in the designing of the program solutions and the softwares also with the low cost, efficient and quality content. Now coming to the simple topic, sample C++ program. And with the previous topics knowledge, how this sample C++ program will have the structure and scenario, and we will see, and I will explain you the process and the program structure simple. See here, this is the structure of the program and a flowchart for creating a C++ program and compiling and executing. See here, this is the flowchart gives you some process information, how to access the editor of a C++ to type your source code, and how this source code can be converted into machine understandable code using compilation process, and after converting this machine understandable code, how it is loaded into memory for the execution. And we will see all this one. See here, open any editor, text editor, you can type your program. You can use vi editor, g editors, or maybe sometimes turbo compilers. So they are having different types of procedures to create your source files for use for this C++ languages. Write the code for the program. After choosing or open any type of text editor, start typing your programs in designing with the help of classes and objects and the data variable declaration. All these things will be common as like we designed the programs in the C language. Write the code for the program, and after that save the file name with .cpp. And we know that when we design a program using C language, ABC is my file name. .c, you give an extension for this file is .c. But here in C++, when we are designing a program like ABC, we should give the extension as .cpp. So this should be mandatory. Save the file with .cpp as an extension, file extension, and send this program source file saved with .cpp sent to the compilation process. Compiler verifies syntactical errors. Is there any in your source code? If it is yes, then it again correct the code and save again the file with .cpp and come this compilation process. And when it gives errors free completely, there is no any errors in the process of compilation, then you are allowed to link with the libraries. So linking process and loading process. Once this process is completed, your executable is code is ready for execution. Then send that program to execute, that is run the program. By running the program, we will get output as it is information what we applied the operations on the data for our information or result. Coming to the general form of a C++ program, how a C++ program will have the programming behavior like this. Hash is a preprocessor, include is statement. This includes many type of header files that are required for our built-in functions used in our programs as like in C language. But here we include mainly IO stream header file. This gives different inbuilt input and output operation related functions. And base class declaration. When we are using inheritance concept, we should define the first base class and then only derived classes, derived class declarations. And without inheritance, we don't bother about this one. We can directly include our main class. So non-member function prototypes. Is there any non-member functions? Nothing but normal functions and doesn't have any relation with the classes. That non-member functions, if is there any functions in your program, the prototype should be defined at the starting of the main function. So next one, int main function, and inside this main function you can create objects of any classes that are defined in your program. For example, when we have a class A like this, and you can create an object of A like this in the main function, the process. So after this main function, you can define your non-member functions that are defined at the starting of. So this is the simple scenario of sample program, general program form of a C++ program. Thank you.